Hey everyone, excited to be here. We are here live in Las Vegas at AWS reInvent. My name is Balaji Palani. I am a product marketer in InfluxDB, and I'm here with Paul, who is our co-founder. And Paul, introduce yourself to us.
Hi, I'm the CTO and co-founder of InfluxDB, the makers of InfluxDB, an open source time series database.
Awesome. Paul, talk to us about what use cases will InfluxDB really fit into for users so that they can understand where they can use InfluxDB.
So traditionally people think of us as a metrics database useful in server monitoring, network monitoring, application performance monitoring, and sensor data. Now with the latest version of InfluxDB, version 3.0, we've expanded into real-time analytics and more analytical workloads in addition to our traditional time series use cases.
Great. That's really great, Paul. You talked about the use cases for InfluxDB, right? So tell us what offerings of InfluxDB are available just to kick us off with.
Yeah, so this year has been a big year for us. That's why we're excited to be at AWS reInvent. In January, we launched Cloud Serverless, which is useful for small workloads where you can just put in a credit card, get started, you pay as you go for data in, data at rest, and the number of queries you execute. In April, we launched Cloud Dedicated. That is our offering where customers will get a cluster for themselves. We help them size it. It's dynamically scalable up and down, but our sales engineers will work closely with the customer to figure out what their needs are so we can have something that starts out initially at the perfect size.
So can a customer start with Cloud Serverless? I mean, because they don't know what size they're in.
So they can start with Cloud Serverless, and then later we can move them to Cloud Dedicated.
Right.
We're working on those tools right now. But if they know they're going to have a workload that's of any decent size, or they're going to scale up, they may want to start with Cloud Dedicated first. Serverless is a multi-tenant platform, so you have to deal with the fact that there are other customers that are competing for resources, whereas on Dedicated, you get your own cluster that you can have control over, where you can scale it up to meet your performance requirements, and then also scale it down when you don't have that much need.
And you briefly mentioned about clustered before I stopped you, so tell us about clustered as well.
Yes, so clustered is our on-premise offering. Basically, you can run it wherever you want. So it's the same distributed database that we created to back Cloud Serverless, and it's the same basic database infrastructure that we create for Cloud Dedicated, but instead of us managing it for you, you can manage it yourself. It runs within your own Kubernetes infrastructure, and that can be in AWS, it can be on GCP, in Azure, or it could be within your own data set.
What are some of the examples of Kubernetes infrastructures that customers can install clustered on?
So our requirement is that it has to be Kubernetes 1.25 or greater. You need object storage available. You need a Postgres compatible database available. Within AWS, we use Aurora as the Postgres database offering. And then you need an OAuth authentication provider.
Great, awesome. Give us a summary of what you just explained so users can understand.
So if you want to operate our distributed cluster database yourself in your own environment, Clustered is the product for you. If you want a managed offering where we do all the backups, all the monitoring, and the scaling for you, then Cloud Dedicated is for you, assuming that you're over a certain workload size. If you're a smaller workload and you just want to play around and get started, Serverless is the product to start with. It's really easy to get going. You can be up and running in minutes.
Great. There you have it, folks. We have InfluxDB 3.0 from Paul, who is co-founder and CTO of InfluxDB. And he just explained all the offerings of InfluxDB: serverless, cloud dedicated, and clustered for you. Thank you.